Greetings, Skill Incarnate bringing you all the latest indie gaming goodness. Welcome back as we check out another indie game. This time we're looking at Winter Survival. This game is developed by Drago Entertainment and published by Heartbeat Games. These guys created the excellent Offroad Mechanic Simulator, which I've also reviewed. Winter Survival follows the story of a group of explorers lost in the wilderness following a terrible accident. You'll need to make your way back to civilization. Along the way, you'll need to battle harsh weather, a deadly environment, predators trying to make you their next meal, and your own sanity. Now, this game has some very strong, long dark vibes, and you know I love a good survival game. But as I've played the game, I've found a number of issues that make me hesitant to recommend it in its current state. Now, at the time of recording, I'm playing a very early version of the game, so I'm going to put on my software testing hat and try and itemize a list of issues to help the developers improve the game. Then we can revisit it once it's in a more stable state. Let's check out Winter Survival.
What? Where am I? I can't feel my fingers. Joel, I have to call him. Shit, I lost my gear.
So we start off in a very bad state. We've tangled with a bear. We have fallen off a cliff. We're hurt, we're cold, we have no food, and our gear is at the top of the cliff. Our first goal is to follow the golden rule of survival games, and that's to gather what materials you can.
Springs. I need to get there.
Grass, wood, stone will help us create some basic tools for our survival. Now, the first of the bugs that I've found is that certain items will cause a game to crash, and I'll elaborate on those later on, but basically if you pick up certain items and then you open your inventory, the game immediately crashes on you. Now, thankfully, none of these items are ones that are immediately needed for the main campaign, but I think for long-term survival, it could be quite dire. Another issue I've found is that the game will randomly crash on me as I'm just wandering around. I have tried it on two separate computers, and when we do get a crash, I will let you know. Now, I want to stress that this is a very early access game. No shade on the developers. I applaud them trying to get it in front of people, and this isn't yet available on the store, so I respect that. They're not trying to get money out of people with the game in this current state. They are reaching out to developers, testers like me, and
Oh, fuck.
and they're trying to get
He's dead.
some advice and some feedback. So I'm going to try and keep this as constructive as I can.
Just go.
But at the end of the day, I have to be honest with you guys. So, oh, there's a wolf. Let's just get to safety. Okay, he's gone. Thankfully, the wolves are, at least in the early game, not very observant. Now there is a number of different mechanics in the game that make the wolves able to detect you, and this includes your scent, the how whether you're injured, they can smell blood, and there's a number of things that you can do to mitigate this. But in the early game, our best approach is to avoid them entirely. Give as much of a wide berth as we can. As we head towards the hot springs, I'm going to try and stay out of the woods. Very dangerous. But on the other hand, we do need these supplies to survive. Let's get this wood here. It's close to the road. The hot springs will provide warmth for us. And a few basic materials that I can nab while I'm here. And some mushies. Now thankfully the basic items are all in the area.
That feels much better.
Taking care of our
I
warmth.
thought my fingers would fall off. Oh no. No. Run!
The problem is that wolves also like hot springs, so we gotta cheese it. They are right up my clacker. Head for the cliff. And hope this rickety old bit of wood... No.
My leg.
Look at him watching me hungrily.
Take care of this. The cabin here. I should check inside.
We've lost them for now, but they've got our scent. They'll be back. So I'm going to grab what I can, head to the cabin up ahead.
What the fuck is wrong with me?
So what's wrong with him is he's hallucinating. As we head into this unforgiving wilderness, we're going to find a number of things that will deplete our sanity. Close encounters with wild animals, hunger, cold. All these things will deplete our sanity, and we need to try and manage this by staying safe and keeping our spirits up, which is easier said than done. Oh, I seem to be a bit overloaded, so let's maybe just drop. I don't want to drop too much. I'm gonna okay, let's see if we can just drop I don't want to drop, actually, I want to keep the large branches. I want to drop the small ones. There we go. We're still very, very much overweighted. But I want to load up our cabin with everything we're going to need, because we're going to need to build some basic tools, and we're also going to need to build a loom, and we also need to keep the fire going. So what we can do is just open up this chest here, chuck these goodies in here. Because we will be returning to this cabin on a regular basis, so we can We're really tired though. I'm just going to go and grab those branches I dropped. If I can, because it's a good stack of firewood. Can pinch all those. There they are. Beautiful. So it's getting pretty cold outside. Gonna head back home. Or at least what will be our home for the short term. And get ourselves some rest. Now I've got a leg stabilizer here that can
Much better.
fix our sprain.
Cold is killing me.
There we go, beautiful. So next thing we want to do is we're going to use this log to start the fire. It appears we've got like a flint and steel kit, which is
I hope you found Mike.
very handy.
Right now. I'm too tired.
So let's get some rest. Check. Yep, door's closed. Hopefully wolves haven't figured out how to get the door open. Now we can see there's a trauma system in the game, and this will determine a number of debuffs that you'll get, and later on you're able to mitigate these, but this can include everything from seeing hallucinations, you seeing animals that aren't there, and mainly just things that will make your survival a lot harder. So we can get fear of graves. I mean, I haven't seen many graves in the area, so we may go with that. You can have...
I better go back and get my stuff. I hope it's in one piece.
Excellent.
It's getting colder. I should patch up those clothes.
So we've got a number of issues we need to work on. Our most pressing issue is food and water. I think getting our gear is going to be the most pressing item, and then we can worry about patching up our clothes and building some basic tools. But for now, let's start working on gathering some basic materials. With daylight comes a bit of safety, and the opportunity to gather some food and supplies. Nighttime is when we want to try and hunker down and use what we've gotten during the day to prepare for the next one. Now, keen-eyed viewers will see up ahead there's a wolf. I'm going to gather what I can, and I'm going to retreat. The wolves are easier to spot during the day, but going that way is a surefire way to get myself eaten. I don't have any weapons or ways to fend these guys off, so right now we're just going to gather what I can. The main thing I'm looking for is this grass for rope. There's a stream here, we can drink from this. Fantastic. So that's one problem less. Now I'm going to want to get my canteen I am a bit cold from drinking that water. Going to gather what I can for now. I'm going to head back home and use a drying rack to dry my clothes. What we've got is some basic food and some metal in the form of nails, and all these tin cans. Fantastic. Still no weapons yet, but we are carrying a fair bit of load right now. So I'm going to take all of these items back. Beauty. Okay, so we're not going to die of thirst. And I'm going to dry my clothes out. Just my boots at the moment. And we can put most of these items away for later. The wood's going to come in handy.
Sure could use a blanket right now.
Okay, and maybe it's time to start a fire. There we go.
Much better.
Beautiful. Okay, so we got plenty of food for right now. I'm going to dump this stuff off. And we've got all the grass we need. So let's go and now focus on getting our gear. Again, there are wolves in the area. They love to hide in the bushes. Because not only can we use the bushes, they enjoy jumping out for an ambush. So
and footprints next to it.
And bear tracks.
It doesn't look good. I have to check it out.
Now, as much as I would love to tackle a bear, I think our best move would be to get our own gear back first. And to do that, we're going to need a fair bit of rope. I think I've got enough now. Okay. I've been collecting tons of it because we're going to use... Oh, there's some blackberries. I'm going to talk more about the berries in a minute. They'll become...
There you are.
Become more important. For now, flying leap across the gap. And we'll gather our backpack.
What is that sound?
So this canteen is our only way of storing water.
I just have to follow the noise.
Our walkie-talkie is down that chasm.
Sounds coming from below. I guess this rock could be an anchor. Just need to tie a rope around it.
So we can rappel down there. I'm going to need to get some more rope for that. Hence why I've been collecting all this grass. What we can now do is craft a rope. You need a ton of rope. There we go. Beautiful. Now there is some more goodies in the area, so I'm going to gather what I can. And here is where we come across our first bug. Now, there are a number of different collectibles in the game, including these blackberry bushes, which provide you food. Which is great, because food is always something that is pretty rare in survival games. The problem is that I've discovered certain types of berries, when gathering them, will crash the game upon opening your inventory. So, for example, if I go to this type of berry, the blueberry or the cranberry, and I pick those up, the next time I open my inventory, boom, game crashes. So developers take note. I've repeated this several times. It happens every single time I pick up any other berry apart from blackberries. So if I was to pick this up, for example, it would crash the game and I would have to start at the beginning of the day again. So I've managed to get by without picking up certain items, but you can imagine that it will make the game significantly harder because there's only one type of food or one type of berry that I can eat. Now, problem two, when we go to certain surfaces, like if I drop down into here, you'll get stuck. So you can get stuck in rocks, which I just nearly did then. Let's just get. Oh no. Oh,
I could use some sleep.
there you go. I just proved it. So let's. I'm getting out of here. I don't want to. I don't want to have to cause myself to start the game again. But when you're in rocks, any sort of rough area, if you get wedged in something, it's very common, and it's happened to me several times, and I have to reload the last save. Now, checkpoints are pretty far apart, so you can lose 20, 30 minutes of progression or more when one of these issues hits. Again, if a developer does see this, happy to reproduce the bug. Basically, go into that rocky area, jump around, wedge yourself in some rocks, boom, you get stuck. I've reproduced it several times. It's very easy to do so.
Mike, is that you? Tell me where you are. Mike, where are you? Damn it! But what if...
Turns out there's other people that were lost here. The guy we saw earlier in the video looks like he was a World War II pilot, so obviously this part of the world is very remote, and the corpses here are from many years ago. Now, another thing with water, which a mechanic I love, this still water here, don't drink it. Only drink from streams for obvious reasons. You'll get parasites. That's and anyone who's played Green Hell, you're going to know exactly what those parasites are going to do. So grab all those. Now I am very tired. You can see how sleepy I am. Let's just focus on getting out of here, though. Beautiful. We made it out. So, familiar ground. We're back to where we were before. I'm going to gather what I can. Because obviously you can see we're very tired. Running around can take it out of you. This starting area has once again respawned the items that we need. Yeah, let's not go that way, shall we? Excellent. So if we follow the road back to safety, whoa, that wolf's back. Now, it might be time. See if I can distract this guy. Oh, here it comes. It's okay. He's gone. Let's get out of here. If he catches me, that's pretty much it. He'll shred me.
I just want to go to bed.
You don't realise how close you just came to getting gnawed on, my friend. I know you're tired. I know you're tired, but we still got stuff that needs doing. Okay. So we've got a bunch of stuff now, and we can head back home for now and make ourselves a loom. All this good stuff here. Our clothes are shredded from the bear, so we need to make some replacements, and that's why I'm getting all of this grass, because we're going to weave, using the loom, a new set of clothes. And the advantage of that, of course, is that they'll be a bit more padded and in a better shape to... Let's just see if we can just drop down here real careful. There we go. You can tell I've done that before. Beautiful. Home again, jiggity jig. You can see the sun's gone down. Time to head inside, get ourselves warmed off, and hopefully we can also build a loom to repair our clothes.
Need water.
My apologies, guys. The game crashed on me, and unfortunately I lost about 15 minutes of progress. So I spent a bit of time getting back to where we were, but this is a random occurrence. It does happen sometimes, mainly when you're trying to pick up items. But for now, we're going to get a bit of warmth. And then we're going to get a bit of food. So luckily I've been hoovering up everything I can find, and we've got food. We can heat the tin food up and get ourselves a hot meal that will hopefully fix our health up. Now, another bug I've found, do not eat food directly out of the fire. It will crash the game. Take it out, and then you can eat it in your inventory. Another issue I've found, you cannot add a stack of items to the fire in terms of fuel. You need to individually add each branch. Something I hope the developer can fix, at least for the sake of my carpal tunnel syndrome. Okay, so we want about 6 hours worth of fuel. Maybe 7. There we go. Last thing we're going to want to do is smash down this food. We can just pop it here. Now you can see our health is in some pretty dire shape, and with a bit of rest that should help a bit. We do have some food, such as this chicken of the forest, which will increase our health. I'm trying to hang on to this, although this will expire over time, so I'll probably start eating that next. Let's get a bit of more fuel in this bad boy. I'm gonna try and get some sleep if I can. Okay. So we got food, we've got water, we've got heat, and we can get some rest. I think about 6 hours is the best we can do right now.
should warm up soon.
Okay, fire's out again. Fantastic. So our health is a bit low. I'm going to have to find some herbs and stuff to increase my health. We're a bit hungry, so let's smash down this chicken. Or forest chicken. And that is increasing our health, which is great. Next thing I'm going to do is go into the construction menu and we're going to build ourselves a loom.
Oh, I'm getting hungry.
Indeed you are. Okay, now we're not going to be able to do anything with this yet, but just getting this built is one less thing I have to worry about. I want to get some better clothes because these winter clothes is going to insulate us from the cold, but I need a bone needle. So we need to hunt some animals to get some bones. And obviously there's some pretty nasty animals in the woods, so let's see if we can even the odds somewhat by checking out what's in the basement. This basement key here.
Basement key?
Bang down some more of these. There we go. That's got my health out of the black. Please be a gun. Please be a gun. I haven't been down here yet. Ooh, this looks nasty.
Let's give it a shot.
Now we're talking. Rabbit hunting.
I may find something useful there.
So we've got a bit of food, a bit of water. Our crops do regrow over time, occasionally. There we go. Got some carrots. Now the next thing we're going to need to do is get some meat over there. I see a very good source of it, but without weapons and without the right supplies, we're not ready yet. But I think for now, we're going to finish up the video. I hope that the developer found this feedback to be helpful, and I hope they accept it in the spirit that it's given, because I'm a big fan of this developer and this publisher. They've created some excellent games. This game has a lot of promise, and understand that this is a very early access. I'm getting this game far before it ever reaches stores, so I have a feeling that a lot of these issues will be resolved before then. But hopefully this video helps them, and of course if they do reach out to me, I am happy to provide assistance with more details. And when they get back to me, I'll let you guys know. We may do a follow-up once the game hits a store and some of these issues are resolved. But hopefully if you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, leave me a subscribe, and hopefully you'll catch me next time when we check out another indie game. Until then, Skill Incarnate, out.